Battle to the ranks of professional paintball. The first major tournament of the NXL season is here. 20 pro teams will fight through 3 days of competition to determine who will raise the first trophy and take the lead during the season-long run to the coveted NXL Series championship. Two iconic teams, both from Southern California, took the only 2 events last year with drastically different stories during the COVID-shortened season. But San Diego Dynasty and the Los Angeles Ironmen will have their hands full trying to repeat this year, as the field is stacked with veteran all-star squads who are intent on taking back the top spot. Impact, the Russians, X Factor, Damage, Infamous, and Heat all know how to win. Revo and AC Diesel also have potent rosters looking to make a run on Sunday. And no one should sleep on the hungry up-and-coming teams also fighting fiercely to move up the ranks. Don't miss all the gunfights going down at the 2021 NXL Sunshine State Major, April 30th to May 2nd, only on GoSports.com. No team has been as consistently excellent for as long as San Antonio X Factor. They haven't missed a Sunday since 2014, and recently they went on a run, winning 2 events in a row during 2019 and taking the NXL Series championship that year. They are poised to be even better in 2021 with the addition of TJ Danner and the return of Colt Roberts and Archie Montemayor, who were both absent from the starting lineup at the last World Cup, a tournament that they narrowly lost in overtime during the finals match against San Diego Dynasty. Their leadership is outstanding, their roster has 0 holes, and they're going to be a massive threat to win again this year. No other team name echoes out into the professional paintball landscape like San Diego Dynasty. Their 20-year run of precedent-setting excellence has no equal. Currently ranked first in the NXL, they enter the 2021 season as the top seed after another iconically dramatic and perfect performance at the 2020 NXL World Cup. Undefeated the whole event, they won 7 games in a row, dismantling the Russian Legion and Impact, and beating Revo and X Factor by 1 point to celebrate their 20th anniversary with another win. This year there is no reason why they shouldn't be able to recreate the World Cup magic and be a favorite at every event, because the rest of the roster is filled with experienced killers. Coached by legend Rusty Glaze, Dynasty has been very consistent over the past few years. They are always in the hunt on Sunday. San Diego Aftermath is a team with a reputation, gathered over the years and through different incarnations of the squad, as a breeding ground for hard-nosed, aggressive-minded all-stars. But their most recent run has not met with its leaders' expectations. So a rebuild has commenced, and a group of new faces will wear the red and black. They enter the 2021 NXL season as underdogs, but they will not be outworked or out-hustled, and they are training as much or more than any team in the league. Though new to the Aftermath name, many of these players have been on other pro teams, and collectively they are playing with chips on their shoulders the size of California. They can't wait to prove to the league and to each other that they have what it takes to win at the highest level. Baltimore Revo has proven that they have the capability to be a top 4 team, as they made it to the semifinals 3 times since the beginning of the 2018 NXL season. Since the start of that run, it's been a steady dose of high-level disappointment, making every Sunday but one, and earning the respect of their peers but struggling to get to the very top of the pro paintball hierarchy. But a finals appearance or even a tournament win could be on the horizon for Baltimore Revo. They're on the brink of elite status, and their roster is filled with potent heavy hitters who are capable of pulling off game-breaking moves against any opponent. They beat Houston Heat twice on Sunday last season and knocked out Dynasty as well in Las Vegas. 2021 could finally be their year.
Welcome to the most important day of this tournament here at the 2021 NXL Sunshine State Major. It is Sunday. 10 teams have moved on, are about to throw down to see who's going to move forward and take this first championship. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Rich Telford, and we have ourselves a stellar wild card matchup. San Diego Dynasty is going to be taking on San Antonio X Factor. And Rich, that is a ridiculous matchup in the wild card. I do feel bad for San Antonio X Factor, though, not because they have to play Dynasty. These guys have been battling over the years. They know each other very well. But X Factor went 3-1, and they didn't look bad at all. But they're being forced to fight out of the wild card round because they ended up taking 7th, and that's just why every point is so important.
At 3-1, that's tough.
Yeah, and that's just how tough it was. So It's let's break this down a little bit. Also here, Aftermath and Revo. So the winner, Dynasty and X Factor, is going to be taking on Impact. The winner of Aftermath and Revo will be playing Tampa Bay Damage. You can see Tyler's already out there, first person on the field for both teams, just stalking around.
Modesto strong, baby.
Yeah, just eyes downfield, ready to go. He had a great day yesterday.
Like a Panther. He's got Panther out there.
Tough first day was rough for Dynasty as a whole. And but Tyler really stepped up on that D side. They're going to need Tyler Harmon to go off on the D side. Whoever wins this tournament is going to have a real solid push-up. This most likely, from what we've seen, going to have a solid push-up the center with some creativity, just trying to get up there and have multiple different looks to play on their toes, not play defensively. And they're going to need somebody like Tyler Harmon to step up on that D side. Hopefully, multiple players, and then also teams should be stealing points on the snake. Ideally, that's how you want to play this field. Infamous and ACZ is already into the quarterfinals, and then Thunder and Russians. We will discuss that in a little bit. Let's start with Dynasty and X Factor. Your thoughts, Rich?
World Cup 2020. Very similar game.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a rematch from the finals.
I think it's a really weird field, Matt, but after 3 days, as I was laying in bed last night thinking about it, I think it breaks down really simply, man. Whoever wins that Dorito battle, number 1, center battle, number 2, and the breakout battle number 3 is going to win this.
And it almost could make the argument too, maybe center battle number 1.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry. Yeah, center battle, Dorito, and breakouts, right? But you have to have the center, but it's that Dorito who traditionally gets the majority of kills and kind of is the linchpin for the winning or losing the point.
Yeah.
So I think you've either got to beat that guy there or figure out a way, which no one has, to keep somebody out of there. You have to keep them worried about the guy in the middle. And then when, like you said, when everyone's sleeping, you sneak down the back door, go down that snake like Mikey Arena was doing yesterday, and get a couple kills.
Yeah,
and pull that point
Arena
out.
really did step up. I'm pretty sure they're going to give him the start. Maybe they'll throw Arturo in. He's got to be hungry to perform right now. We will see. And then, yeah, this is fascinating because it is a rematch from the finals, and that's just how crazy pro paintball is. So,
well,
you know, last year, 5 months ago, our last big event, we had
these
this
two teams.
exact same two teams fight into overtime in a really close match. I'm hoping, selfishly, because I love paintball and love to be entertained by good games.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, so that maybe we're going to see that type of battle here. But now one of these teams is going to be going home and getting knocked out right away. Now, Aftermath and Revo, let's break this one down a little bit. What do you think, and what did you see from Revo and Aftermath?
So the tale of two teams, right? I saw Revo playing very creatively up the center of the field, creatively down the Dorito side. Not as creative as they were in practice. They seemed like they were a little bit more rigid yesterday. But Aftermath, just in my opinion, playing the field too defensively from the back line, staying in those two cans in the back center for too long, not attacking down the Doritos, not attacking down the center of the field. Just too okay with not attacking on this field. To me, that's not going to be successful.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Actually, I talked to Mike this morning. Sorry to cut you off, because what he said was, you know what? The meeting last night was great, because I just played the video of everything you and Matt were saying, and when you guys would say, hey, they're hiding in the back, I would give them the look. And I'm like, good job, Mike.
Well, they were hiding in the back.
They were hiding in the back.
I'm sorry. It's our job to call like we see it. And when Aftermath's going to hide in the back, I have to say, hey, you guys played great yesterday, but today you have no offense except for Thomas Kim, and occasionally in the center with a couple different dudes, and you're hiding in the back.
Yeah, and I told Mike, and I was like, just so you know, I had the same complaints when those 4 dudes were playing on DMG. That's just stylistically how they're playing, and they play really, really well at that, but they have to push themselves out of that comfort bubble and start playing. You can't make the field play your style of paintball. Whatever style the field is, that's the style you have to change your will to or change your style to.
I'll tell you what, look, they're going to have to Revo. If Revo comes and plays the way they played most of their games, again, on their toes, aggressive, offensive-minded, cheer up on the D side with Frank and Tommaso, and Omara attacking in the center, Tarula being very creative and pushing the issue on the snake side when he needs to, when he can.
Throw the Zupa in there.
Zupa as well. I mean, they played great, and then so obviously good enough to get to Sunday, but. So I think on paper I got to give this one to Revo, and from what we saw in the majority of their games, just because Aftermath was grinding their gears so bad yesterday to kind of try to get any sort of offense going. I mean, they lost to Thunder, they also lost to Revo, so this is again a rematch from the last game that they played. Score? It was a 4-1 score. Now the thing that Aftermath knows what their issue is, it's just can they execute. So starting off this first point here, though, in the wild card match here on Sunday, and it looks like a good break for both squads.
Yeah, Billy Maracha digging out the snake corner. Looks like Mikey Arena gets out in his mirror, so both teams taking that snake corner. Archie and Alex mirroring up over here on the snake side.
Billy Maracha was able to get out wide here along with Mikey Arena for Dynasty, Billy for San Antonio X Factor, but he actually played for Dynasty way back in the day. He's been on X Factor so long, I forget that occasionally. But
I don't know if you probably don't remember this, but he used to play at the Hurricanes a long, long time ago.
I definitely remember that. I did a show in Miami one time for ESPN, and that's kind of when Billy Bernacchi became a little paintball famous.
When he became Billy Bernacchi. Before that, he was just Billy.
And that was when I was like, how does this kid pronounce his name? Bernacchia?
Bernacchia.
Oh, okay. Wow, he's got a lot of letters in there.
Bernacchia. Man, good long 5-on-5 point here. Almost exactly the exact same positions, right? Other than Eggs and Archie.
Yeah, so Billy back in that corner.
I like Tyler Harmon now over the Dorito 1 standing up tall, though.
Billy's going to be getting married, too. I might be officiating his wedding. We will see.
Nice.
So right now,
I might be crashing that way.
You probably should. Looking good for both squads right now, but this is some Sunday paintball. Everyone's tucked in their spots.
Yeah, no quick deaths here.
Taking a little bit of ground, though. I like the game plan for both teams. Dynasty spreads out the field. They risk Mike Green out wide. He makes it. Billy, same with X Factor. They risk him. He makes it.
Wow.
They get a little penetration in the center with Frazee. Frazee played great yesterday up in that center of the field to help them get them. That big Mercy Rule win really made it so they could make it to Sunday. They had Houston get knocked out.
Yeah, they needed that. Tyler Harmon just jumped up over the top of the Dorito to find where Rainey was waiting for him in the center of the field. Very unconditional.
Well, Rainey first
play.
to go, and then Alex right off of that. A couple, they go different ways though. So Rainey goes up towards the snake side to the wedge. Alex Frazee goes up to the wedge on the D side.
Kind of countering
still right
each
up to 40-yard lines, and we're just this could be an incredibly long point. Somebody's going to have to step up and win a gunfight here, as now Rainey Stanzik though makes the move, and he's going to try to maybe set the trap. Alex tries to go run him down, and they're going to trade out. Okay.
Those two guys were hunting for each other there, Matty.
Yeah, then creativity in the center and aggression when possible is what's going to be needed. Oh, that is a tough fill there as Mike Urena tries to get into Snake 1. That's a bad death. And that is going to be unfortunate here for Dynasty. They're down a body.
Jesse Stevens attacking the Drew side now, Matty. Up to Drew 3 over there. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Marcelo in that backhand.
Mirroring up that move, Tyler Harmon goes also into D3, so both teams.
Yeah, I would like to see Tyler go a little bit earlier. As soon as Rainey was knocked out in the middle there, that's when I would like to see Tyler switch gears to get to that 50.
Blake Yarber going to follow up with Tyler Harmon getting to D1, but here comes Archie Montemayor. He played outstanding yesterday.
Great fill by Marcelo.
And he gets that crossfield kill. Great job there here to get that shot on Blake Yarber, who had just gone in to D2. He had no idea that there was somebody here, and instead now it's just a two-body advantage, 4-on-2 situation. Great fill out. Marcelo's been playing some solid paintball this weekend. Even on the day that they did not play well, Marcelo still played well.
Yeah, he's been clocking in. Big advantage here for for X Factor winning this. And there goes Tyler to that 50 Dorito. We'll see if he can pull this back for Dynasty.
And Tyler save it. He eats up Jesse Stevens. So somebody on X Factor needs to put some pressure on Tyler Harmon. You cannot let Tyler Harmon just be untouched with feeling zero pressure over there. And he's now at that 50-yard line after getting that kill and pulling it back slightly still.
3-on-2.
3-on-2, but way better.
Archie's going.
Field position, or much better field position for Dynasty. So Archie is going to cut up the field and see if he can tries to trade out with Tyler, and he does. That's a very intelligent move. So 2 kills here for Archie in this first point.
Yeah, leaving Marcelo in a 2-on-1. Marcelo's in the snake corner. This is a longer point here. 4 minutes already clock off. 2-on-1 advantage here for X Factor. Billy Bernacchia. Oh, anybody catches Marcelo.
That's a real smart, solid point there from San Antonio X Factor. Not too many mistakes on Dynasty, except for Mike Urena getting clipped. So Frazee trades out. Urena makes a fill at the wrong time, and he gets dinked out trying to get into Snake 1. And then on the D side, I like how Blake was playing behind Tyler, and I like the mentality of, hey, okay, get closer to Tyler. Let's start moving up the field.
Just a little slower.
Nobody on Dynasty knew that Archie had made the nice move into Snake 2, and he gets that crossfield kill. Blake just had no idea that angle was hot.
But once Rainey was shot, he was the one that was stopping Tyler and Blake from going down that tape. So once Rainey was eliminated, I would like to have seen Tyler or Blake get up that Drew side a little bit faster. You know, being hypercritical the way I am.
Well, now we have Aftermath and Revo. So Revo with the brown jerseys right now, and they're going to be starting on the red side. Aftermath, and they're always going to see Aftermath in red and black, and they are going to be on the blue side. So what type of offense are we going to see at San Diego Aftermath here today on Sunday?
I predict Thomas Kim. You're going to get Brussel back on the corner. You're going to get...
Going out on a limb with Thomas Kim, huh?
Yeah.
10 seconds.
All right, about to jump here into point number 1. It's going to be Revo, or is it going to be Aftermath moving on?
Wow, Revo with a real different breakout there. They went 4 snake side. They looked like Frank and Tommaso going Dorito side, getting caught early.
Yeah, they're going to get a couple extra seconds in this match, too, as there's a little bit of a
clock issue
on the clock, but the player's just going right in. So look at this. Revo taking over the attack very quickly in the center of the field. Now, Barrett, look at Barrett moving up the field.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw this at all yesterday.
No, he finally got out of that can. I thought maybe he had planted roots there, or possibly had.
I thought it was going to be his home.
Yeah,
He was going to bring his tent, bring some avocados.
Yeah, really enjoy himself. Take the shoes off. Enjoy yourself. Relax a little bit. One body advantage here for Aftermath. Revo losing their first player, attacking on the Dorito side. I believe it was Frank. Repositioning there in the middle. Now, Joe Barrett has moved up to the 50, Maddie, but you see him playing that kind of classic traditional defense up there. Not probing, not looking for kills, not hunting, but just looking to shut down the snake side.
He's at the 40,
Yep.
which is the insert to that center structure, and he's looking snake side, just trying to keep Revo from pushing up. There's the back corner bunker is hot on that side, but I like this look here. This is what
much better.
This is what Mike needs to see out of his guys.
Yeah.
Is to try to get some forward progression. I
Yeah.
mean, there's one body in the back cake, and that's it. Everyone else is alive and in
Yeah.
forward positions. That's a great look here for Aftermath starting.
And I don't mind Aftermath playing defense from the 40-yard line, right? I was frustrated with them playing defense from the back line, right? Because I don't think this feels conducive to that. If you get up to the 40s and 50s and lock it down, that's probably your best bet for winning all the points.
It looks like, I think Omar might know. Omar did not get clipped. Thought maybe he saw some spray off, came off the bunker.
They did lose the corner though, Matty, so it is a 3-on-4 advantage here for Aftermath.
Yeah, not looking good. And Henry Sands is taking a walk too. It's not looking good for Aftermath. Not looking good for Revo.
Might want to concede here.
They
yeah,
do.
good concession.
That was a great first point from Aftermath.
Complete control there, Matty. Won the breakout, got the first kill, made the transitions up the center of the field. Very, very nice.
Well, and some people could say, oh, hey, Aftermath with this rebuild, Mike comes back, first event, they make a Sunday, they should be happy, of course. But, you know, I talked to Mike, I talked to Jerry, and they're, of course they're not going to be just happy with that. Sure, satisfied and proud a little bit that the hard work is paying off with this new crew, and they made it to Sunday, but they are in a wild card match because they had no offense yesterday afternoon and dropped 2 games. And also, that's a team that wants to be a dominant force in pro paintball again. They want to go deep on Sundays on a regular basis, and I'm really glad that they had a good meeting last night and were able to identify the issue, which was no offense except for Thomas Kim, and immediately it changes for them in the very first point.
See if they can keep going.
Because how many times do you have that meeting? Okay, this is what we need to do.
Everybody
and
agrees
no one
with you.
fixes it.
Yeah, then nobody does it. Yeah. Well, you know, it's easier to identify the problem. Oftentimes, it's a little more challenging to address the problem. Right, you got to figure out what the problem is first, and then you got to figure out how to fix that problem.
Yeah. So, Diego Dynasty down by 1. It's the Archimada Mayor. They're on your screen. Former Golden Barrel Award winner. We're going to be giving out the Golden Barrel again here. So on the breakout.
Billy Bernacci, snake on the break. Big bite for X Factor.
Bold play here as Billy Bernacci able to make it clean. Goes through Marcelo's gun. So, and then it looks like Blake Yarber's going to launch up the center this time. They do get Tyler out into D2. Is that Ryan Greenspan?
I told you.
God,
they were saving him for Sunday. I called it.
We're talking about this. We saw Ryan actually suited up today, and with that bad back, he wasn't able to play the first couple days. But it looks like Greenspan's just deciding to play through the pain.
Yeah, no, I think I talked to him this morning, man. It was actually, I'm not supposed to say this. I don't want to break his confidence, but it was exactly what I said. He was faking the back injury. They offered him more money this morning. They finally found the number, and now the Sunday player's here. Oh, Billy Bernacci drawing a penalty out of the snake here.
Billy doesn't get a lot of penalties, so he must have. He's really frustrated right now with how that went down.
Yeah, but if you get shot in the center of the chest, you gotta.
Well, I'm just saying that typically you're not going to see Billy Bernacci get penalties on a regular basis, and that does cost them. They lose Archie on the D side, and just a great job by Dynasty. Got a little bit of a gift.
Yeah, and you know, with I was joking obviously about Ryan and with his back hurting. I thought maybe he'd be playing that home position, but he was over there following up Tyler on the Dorito side, so that's interesting. He must be feeling okay.
Well, he was thinking about playing yesterday, and actually had a conversation with him about it after their disastrous day 1 where they went 0-2, -3 on the point spread. He's like, "What do you think? Think I should play?" "I think I'm gonna play." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, man. How do you feel?" He's like, "I feel terrible. My back hurts really bad. I don't know how mobile I can be, but you know, we go 0-2, man. We got to make something happen here." And I was like,
I like the attitude.
You know, I don't know, man. You still got some good guys on the squad that could probably get it done without you, and you do want to be playing into your 40s. So maybe don't play. I don't know, man. That's your call.
It sucks when you guys make those adult decisions.
Yeah. So So yeah, Greenspan got through the pain, but just a real good team effort there for Dynasty. Got a couple kills, got the kill on Billy, the penalty, and then that was it after that. So tied 1-1. We'll see now Revo, can they stay alive? That was their problem in point number 1. They had O'Mara in a good spot up in the center of the field, but just too many deaths.
Yep. Yeah, Revo really struggling in that first point to kind of get something going. Lost that first body. It was kind of a weird break with that 3 beep on the clock there, malfunction. They maybe got in their head, but they lost their first guy, lost the second guy without exchanging, lost the third guy, and it was over. Clay Johnson from Diesel down there getting ready for his match.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing how Diesel does today. They are playing Infamous, who went undefeated in the prelims.
Yeah, that was in all these brackets in the morning. That was my biggest question, was that who was going to be the winner out of that bracket.
One, it is interesting because that's a rematch as well too. So we got a rematch with Revo and Aftermath. We got a rematch with Infamous and Diesel. This is a random draw. We put the names in the trophy, we pull them out, fate decides, and that is fate decided they wanted to see some rematches. So
giddy up, fate.
And Infamous did win against AC Diesel, but it was very close. It went into overtime. So looks like we got a little technical timeout here on the scoreboard issue. But yeah, in that first game, Diesel did lose, but that was 2 days ago. And
yeah, and honestly, overtime losses, I mean,
not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that go on in a match, going back and forth like that. Losing, tying or losing by 1 point means you were just as good as the other, or as close to good as the other team, just unable to execute a few points.
Yeah, so we were talking about that Dynasty and X Factor matchup at World Cup. Let's get a couple looks here at what went down on Sunday months ago. It was that was a really, really fun tournament to watch. Obviously, we hadn't had a tournament in a long time, and it wasn't a big surprise to see X Factor back into the finals of Dynasty in their 20th anniversary. And Ryan Greenspan went to war in that center of the field, but so did Rainey Stanzik. They were blow for blow, back and forth, kill for kill, and Ryan ended up taking that golden barrel. He got the MVP, and it was just a really impressive performance, man, in his 20th season. But Rainey was also just lights out.
Yeah, had X Factor won, Rainey would have won the gold barrel.
Oh, for sure, absolutely, and he would have been the MVP. They also, X Factor didn't have Archie Montemayor. They still don't have Colt Roberts back, but even without Archie, they still were able to get all the way in to overtime. But it was Dynasty's day, and a great job by Marcelo and Tyler in that overtime point to secure the victory. And what a great, as far as going out on a win, it doesn't get any better than 20th anniversary for Rusty Glaze as the coach, as he has retired. Because he has a dozen real children, and
is it a full dozen now? That's great. That's great.
He has a lot of kids. He's 12, but he has a lot of kids. But yeah, and then Skinny Kevin, Kevin Brethauer has come back in, former coach of Dynasty, former player back in the day.
Super Kevin.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I love Kevin. I can call him Super Kevin.
20 seconds.
But still, there is going to be, of course, even though he has coached the team, played for the team, he's coached a lot of top teams, it's always going to be a little bit of a learning curve, right? Coming in right away.
Listen, there's always going to be a learning curve, but Dynasty's performance here isn't on SK.
Oh,
right?
Of course not.
It's on the Dynasty guys. They've got to go out there and perform. They've got to beat the guys in front of them. Heads up, more points than they don't. Good breakout here from both teams. Revo with 5 alive, Aftermath with 5 alive. Very similar breakouts, Matty.
Yeah, and here comes Aftermath again, moving up the field. So getting out of those back spots. There's only one in the back spot now. It's going to be Barrett. Barrett gets right out of there, and he stays alive. So
message received on the Aftermath part. Mike did a good job of. But, oh, unfortunately, Mike didn't tell him not to get shot and keep playing.
Well, Thomas Kim gets a penalty. That pulls out Russell back.
Yeah, and listen, you're gonna get shot, but whether you get a penalty or not, that's your decision. Yeah. Aftermath loses another player. 5-on-2 advantage here for Baltimore. Looks like this is gonna be a tie match.
Yeah, not looking good right now for San Diego Aftermath. We have seen low body craziness out here, but they're not in great spots. And
Joe Barrett might.
Yeah,
he didn't get a penalty there.
It was really close to a penalty.
So 5-on-1, although Baltimore Revo is calling kill 3, they're off by 1 body.
Well,
good point there from Baltimore Revo.
Nice response by Revo.
It might just be this right side of the field is way more dominant, Matt. I want to see how many points, guys in the booth, I want to see how many points have been won from the right side and how many have been won from the left side, please.
You have 30 seconds.
And can I get that in a ratio? Color-coded? Thank you. Best guys in the business. Here we go with Dynasty and X Factor, 1-1. Man, this is good. I'm hoping for a good match here, Matty.
Well, we got 2 ties so far. Still lots of game to go, and Greenspan is back out there. Great team. 9:45 still left on the clock. So it's going to be Tyler and Greenspan most likely on the D side. Looks like Blake's in there, and then Marcelo, and they're going to go with Urena. So we'll see how Urena does in this one.
Give him another chance. I like that.
He played great yesterday.
Yeah, he played really well.
Real big moves, stole some points for him.
Yeah, got caught that last game, so he's got to prove himself this game. Archie shooting for him on the break. Archie misses him. Urena gets in there live. Eggs misses. Egg shoots Billy going to corner, so 4-on-5 advantage here for Dynasty on the break.
Hey, you get Billy Granacci out the field. That's a big kill.
Yeah, and Eggs missed him the first game, but got him the second. Rainey Stizak goes up forward to the center wing, looking Dorito side. I love Rainey going up the middle because he's so creative, but I also would like Rainey in the back just because he's so good at quarterbacking everybody. So it'd be tough as a coach to figure out, oh, Archie might got shot. Yep, Archie got shot on the transition out to that snake corner.
Yeah, so this is looking real good for Dynasty. They're flying down the D side. They have Blake in a position to potentially attack in the center of the field. He's at the tower now, just kind of shutting down that D side, though, from that position. Marcelo's looking for it, looking like he wants to move up here on the snake side, and as Greenspan filters out into D1.
Yeah, I need to see a little more offense here from Mike Urena, Alex, and Blake in a 5-on-3 situation here. I don't want to see Tyler getting caught going to that 50 by Rainey, and then all of a sudden it's a 4-on-3. Rainey catches another guy over there. If there's no one on your side of the field putting any pressure on you, that's a good opportunity to go forward and take some of the pressure off your Dorito guys.
Greenspan out in the blind area.
Ryan.
Oh, and he gets a shot in.
That was Ryan.
Yeah, Greenspan.
Yeah, he creeped around in the low spot between the Doritos there and caught a real sneaky shot on Rainey. That sneaky guy against sneaky guy.
Yeah, that was a nasty little shot there from Ryan Greenspan.
And that's why they need Ryan on the field, right? Making those crazy little kills like that. I look over and he's just sitting in between two bunkers out in the open, kneeling down. I see him. I'm like, what is he shooting across that? And all of a sudden, Rainey gets blown up.
And we haven't seen a ton of kills from that specific angle.
Or putting that guy in.
And that's good communication too, and the field awareness from Ryan and the rest of the team to know that body's there, Wade was looking, and know that angle is possible. Dropped a shot in, and that was definitely a big kill to help close. So here's a replay. Yeah, so there's Ryan's shot. You can see Rainey's about to get peeled off. You can see there at the top of your screen, he was out there in that blind area and got that cross-field shot on Rainey. And then runs up and didn't look slow.
If I was every other team here, I'd be like, where is that exact spot? Because I need to go find that spot so I can put that guy in, so I can make that same move. Aftermath of the aggressive breakout, Dorito 3 and the left wing in the center of the field on the break. Biggest breakout we've seen from them so far. They also take Russell back to the snake corner, Matt.
Yeah, Brusselback wheels able to get out wide. Now we're high in the sky here at the cable cam as we spin on over to Aftermath side of the field. You see good field progression up on the D side with for Revo and also for Aftermath as well too. They have D3.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more aggressive posture here for them. Joe Barrett, unfortunately, is back in that can. Oh, Aftermath pushing up to Dorito 4 over there, Maddie. They're in that 45-yard Dorito, one spot away from the key 50-yard Dorito or brick.
So here's battle in the center. Aftermath in good position. Also have the D4, it's hot. And Tomaso now playing in the center of the field here instead of the D side. They put him in different positions. A body coming off right now for Tough Death for Aftermath. He's in a good spot.
Yeah, he's their
Yeah,
he's their one attacker over there, Maddie. Now they're back to their same posture with 3 across the back line. They have 1 on the 40 here, but no one in an offensive position. Everyone here on Aftermath is set up in a defensive position. Frank Tomaso hunting in the middle.
Frank's looking for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Frank wants to make
I like the way he plays, man. I watched him walk the field.
He's good.
Yeah, he's just looking for like, hey, man, if they give it to me, I'm taking it.
And kind of came up and got Paintball famous on Aftermath, actually, so playing against his former team. But as a bowling ball, you know, a guy just recklessly running down the field, using his wheels, used to play college football. And but he's starting to really diversify his game. It's good to see guys evolve like that, and he's very versatile. They're putting him all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, so no big deal. Aftermath transitioning back now to a more defensive position. I'm sure Mike's going to appreciate that. 3 across the back line now. They have gotten to the Dorito 1. That might help them, but they've allowed Baltimore Revo to get into the 50 Dorito, into the center 50, fill out in the Dorito, and they've got 2 on the snake side as well. So Baltimore in all the positions and with the 1-body advantage here. And Aftermath basically putting themselves in a position where the only chance that they can win this is if they win one-on-one gunfights with the Revo guys.
Yeah. Well, as soon as they lost the player on the D side, they didn't have any offense.
Yeah, that was it. They retreat. You you can't just have Thomas Kim or whoever that was attacking over there. You've got to have a couple guys.
Yeah, I can see that was, but it was not Thomas.
I'm going to say it was Thomas just because he's the only guy I've seen attacking for them. So I'm just going to give him credit.
Thomas is still alive.
I see that. I see he's injury to one. He's battling right now. Thomas Kim getting shot earlier, obviously. And again, you know, I'd rather have Joe Barrett right now up in that wing mat to try to go up and get Frank, or try to go through, you know, go through the other side, back shoot the Revo player in the 50 Dorito. Anything other than just sitting in that can and trying to D-ball. Frank's now on their side of the field, in their wing.
Shear is in a real good spot, Rich. He's got help too, right behind him. Henry Sense.
Yep.
Sense and Shear, and they get the shot in on that center 50.
Yeah.
So
3-on-4 advantage here for Baltimore Revo now.
But Frank getting shot.
He traded.
Yeah, traded. So coming off at this still with the double punch over there on the D side with this aggression for Revo.
Yeah, and if
if
Thomas Kim gets dinked out of that Dorito 1, this is all over. Aftermath is going to lose this point. Thomas Kim playing really well in that Dorito 1, looking for the move inside. There's no one in the center of the field for Baltimore, shutting that line down now. So Thomas can block the guys in front of him out as he goes forward, putting pressure on the snake side of the field. The only pressure he's really getting is from the snake side corner, shooting across the field, but it's a really, really long shot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of out in the open area, just blocking everybody out with his eyes up, looking for the move, trying to figure out, can I run through and get both these guys? That's probably what Thomas is thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, look for those crossfield shots. He was just kind of getting the glance on, but
unfortunately, he can't afford to trade his body out over there unless he shoots a guy and then goes, because if he dies and there's a player left alive for Baltimore Revo.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
To get two.
Yeah.
That would be what Thomas would need to do here if he did run through on that side.
And it's real hard because both Snake guys are on Thomas Kim, both Dorito guys are on Thomas Kim, nobody's on Joe Barrett, and no one's on Brustleback. So it's a 4-on-1 really in this situation, because Thomas Kim, being the only offensive player for Aftermath, is drawing all the guns. Now one of the Baltimore players looks down the tape, puts a little bit of paint back on Brustleback, but gets right back off of him. Brustleback and Barrett have had no pressure this whole game.
Yeah, Barrett's good field crossed. Try to help Thomas out a little bit.
I think that center can's more vulnerable, Matty.
Well, I think Shear
I'm not sure, though.
Shear just threw a pod back to Henry Sense, so I think Sense might be out of paint. Derul makes him move up here to try to get a little bit closer, maybe try to close through this center.
Yeah, I think he needs to go up the field farther so he can put more back pressure on Thomas Kim.
It's Sunday, so everyone's being very careful.
Oh, Thomas Kim taking the
finally
walk.
Gets worked out of that D3 spot, and then that's going to make Barrett launch over there. A desperation fill, see if he makes it clean. Looks like he does.
Yeah. But you know, if you have those wheels, why not use them when you're closer on bodies? 2-on-4 is it's harder to push 2-on-4 than it is 3-on-4. Oh, Brustleback gets caught in the corner, so it's a 3-on-1 now. 4-on-1. Good paint. Good point there for Baltimore. Just complete control the whole time, Matt.
Yeah, they really did. And why? Because they were, again, playing on their toes, going forward, taking spots.
They were playing the field, man.
And Aftermath, once they lost that first guy on the D side, Thomas was starting to work up there, but they just no other threats anywhere else. They would trade in the center, but
100%.
you know, just again, it can't be. We're going to shoot guys from these back bunkers like that. They can't go back to that. So let's get an update here from the third member of our broadcast team, Lauren Kelly.
20 seconds.
Well, okay, we'll wait for that one, but.
Oh, Lauren's here?
Lauren is definitely here.
I didn't think she was here because she hadn't said good morning to me, so I just assumed she wasn't here.
Well, you're so grumpy in the morning sometimes.
Oh, that could be
You're not
it.
super approachable.
That could be it.
Ever told you
Okay,
this before.
that's me. That's me. That's on me. Billy Bernacci digging out. Oh, goes Billy and Mikey both hold up short on the snake side of the can. Wow, interesting call. In fact, oh, Tyler Harmon taking an early walk for Dynasty, but
yeah, Tyler Harmon getting Cyclops from D1, but Ryan Greenspan able to dive over and take over and get into that spot.
Immediately. So. No hesitation there. 5-on-4 advantage here for X Factor as they go into the 45-yard line.
Here comes Jesse Stevens using his wheels to get into D4.
And we know if he gets up there, gets to that 50, he can do some damage. Blake Yarbrough going up to try to cancel him back out.
Yeah, so Blake Yarbrough, but Blake Yarbrough is going to be coming off, so he got clipped trying to get into
that
wedge.
Penalty. He's going to get a penalty too, Matt. It's going to be a 2-2 game here.
Yeah, pulls out Marcelo, so Mike Green is stuck in a back spot, and Ryan Greenspan in D1. Looking good for Dynasty, trying to preserve this lead. 7:46 to go.
3-on-5. Billy Bernacci, Archie Montemayor over here on the snake side. Billy going into the snake. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So
good point there for X Factor.
Yeah, that was a relatively easy point for X Factor.
As soon as they killed Tyler. took the offense away from Dynasty, and then the Dynasty guys just started getting dinked out. Well, Blake going up and drawing that penalty obviously hurt.
Yeah.
But it looked like he got shot in the pack going up there, so I'm kind of surprised that they kind of drew that. But it's Sunday.
Where did you see that? Where was that angle? Because I didn't see him actually get shot.
I didn't see who shot him. I just saw the paint come off his pack as he transitioned in. It might have been whoever had pushed up in the Doritos.
Oh, that was Jesse.
Jesse Stevens, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, Jesse. You know, a lot of pressure being put on Jesse here at this event. No Colt Roberts, and they also didn't have Cody Bayless. Cody Bayless was their best player in practice, from what I was hearing, and so he couldn't make it.
Why not?
And then
COVID?
I think he's no, not COVID. So he is, I believe, in the National Guard, or something came up for some obligation that he had that there's no he can't do anything about it, which is really frustrating for Cody and the team. But Jesse typically a specialist, you know, they're putting him all over the place, but he's been their go-to guy starting on the D side and doing very well for them. I
was gonna say it sounds more like an opportunity for Jesse.
Yeah, I mean he's already got like he's been so good as that versatile attacker, putting him all over the place.
Aftermath going up to center field, getting shot and playing, so catching the penalty. Joe Barrett not getting called on the penalty. So Aftermath dropping 2. 5-on-3 advantage here for Revo. Already up by 1 point. Over 6 minutes left in the match. It's kind of hard to believe there's 6 minutes left and there's only 3 points been scored, Maddie.
Well, if you're an Aftermath fan, it's going to be nice to see Brusselback in the snake, but it looks like Brusselback getting shot out of that spot. So he got in there, but then he got clipped.
Yeah.
So Revo with the 1 point lead, trying to put another one on the board, stretch it out a bit. 6:16 to go, and if it would be ideal for Revo to try to elongate this a little bit, but that's Mike Himmon's had enough. He's seen enough, and he's going to concede the point.
Yeah, you know, after the first couple points for Aftermath, I kind of thought we were going to see a little bit different look for them, but it seems like they're kind of falling back into their old ways here, Maddie.
Yeah, a little bit. They did have that really good first point, but it's been nothing but Revo since then. And yeah, they're kind of going back to that tentative mindset a little bit. You have your, it's like Rich, you have your game plan, right? Okay, this guy, you're gonna do this, your guy, you're gonna do that, you're attacking, whatever. And then, but as soon as you lose that first attacker, you can't just immediately go to defense if you want to prevail on Sunday here in the Pro Division.
Newsflash, when you lose the first attacker in front of you, you're the first attacker now.
Yeah, and Thomas was trying. You know, he lost the guy in front of him, but still, it's
Thomas was trying, but he had 4 of the 4 guns on him. He had 2 guys on his team, Joe Barrett and over here with nobody shooting at him.
But they're attempting more. I mean, Brusselback got shot out of Snakes, so that's a step in the right direction. At least he wasn't in the back corner bunker.
4-on-5 advantage on the breakout here for X Factor. Rainey fills up to the wing on the Dorito side. Tyler Harmon, Dorito 3. Rainey's going to go up and try to catch Tyler when he transitions from Dorito 3 to Dorito 4. It's going to hurt not having Mikey out on this side. Blake Yarbo releasing through the middle. Jesse Stevens attacking on the Dorito side, Matt.
Yeah, so good position for Rainey in the center of the field, and good position for Jesse Stevens in D3. Tied up right now. Better positions for San Antonio X Factor overall.
Yep, Ryan Greenspan gets out on the trio side. Dynasty's only problem right now is that they only have 1 gun on the Snake side, but it's okay because X Factor's only got 1 Billy Bernacchi over here, and he's not looking, it doesn't seem like he's looking to go.
Yeah, it's just tough. There's no one here on the Snake side for Dynasty.
Billy makes 1 bounce, gets in the Snake insert.
See, Marcelo is probably thinking about trying to get over, but they are definitely watching this zone here. Billy Bernacchi is just hoping that Marcelo bumps across. You can see on your screen the battle between Blake Yarber and Rainey Stanzik as they are both just zoned up on that D side. Blake trying to hope that Jesse makes a mistake. Rainey, same thing with Ryan Greenspan and Tyler.
Yeah, and because Ryan basically found a spot to put Rainey in, Rainey is repositioned, doesn't play that wing now, and playing that center 50, constantly changing his game plan to make sure he's 1 step ahead of whoever shot him in the last game.
Yeah, so Ryan's in D2, Tyler's in D3, and Marcelo finally bides his time and at the intelligent moment makes his move across. Now, Jesse Stevens, Billy Bernacchi sees that and he goes right into the Snake, so a little chess match over here on the Snake side. Move. Body going to be coming off though as Rainey goes and gets and bunkers out Blake Yarber. But here comes the attack as Ryan Greenspan launches. He gets into D4. Dynasty playing the aggressor on the D side. Ryan's almost at the 50-yard line. He's going to get that crossfield kill here on Archie. So Jesse Stevens.
3-on-3, Matt.
Jesse Stevens still alive. I think it's 2. I think it's just 2 bodies left alive for X Factor.
Snake and Jesse. Billy and Jesse?
No, Billy's dead.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. I was blocked out. So yes, you're right.
2, sorry.
3 bodies left alive right now for X Factor. Billy on your screen, and then they have 2 on the D side. Yeah, but good. Ryan Greenspan's past the 50 and hunting, trying to find out where Jesse is, and gets a shot in on TJ Danner. So now it's 2 bodies left alive here for X Factor, and Ryan's going to go right past Jesse, finds him, and takes him out. So just a beautiful point by Ryan Greenspan. So playing with that bad back, got to give it to Ryan. Billy Bernacci is going to get shot by Marcelo Margot, and that is going to do it. So great job by Marcelo. That was a tough position that Marcelo's
Bend,
playing
don't break.
awesome this weekend.
Marcelo played it perfect.
Yeah, he was in a tough spot.
And what he did there, Matty, is he tied up Billy Bernacci and Archie, right? Both of those guys playing defensive against him, and he wasn't playing offensively, so really well played there by Marcelo.
I like that. So look at this, though. Blake sets the trap. He sets the trap for Rainey, but unfortunately, they weren't able to shoot Rainey when he came through that gap. But I like the creativity out of Blake. He did end up, the bodies got traded, but here comes Ryan Greenspan creeping through, finally found Jesse, and he got that kill on him, and then Billy was still alive on the snake side, but Marcelo finished him off, even though he didn't really need to do it, as Ryan was going to hit that buzzer.
See what Aftermath does here.
10 seconds.
They rely on Thomas Kim to go that 15 kill everybody, or if they try to get up the center. I like their first breakout with 2 guys up the middle, 2 guys in the snake. This looks like Brustleback gonna go outside. Really predictable. Brustleback going in the corner, Rare going to the can. Big bite on the middle though.
They do shoot a body from Revo as they shoot Amara up going up the center of the field.
That's gonna help. Joe Barrett releases from the can, goes to the center tower. I like that. Uses his gun on the break. Thomas Kim now attacking in Dorito 4. Now the 50 Dorito, Matty. First signs of offense here for Aftermath in a few points. Gets another kill over there. Revo down 2 bodies.
Yeah, Frank walking off Cyclops.
They have to enjoy this style of paintball too, better than just sitting in the back and shooting their guns and hoping that the team runs with their guns, man.
Well, this is, yeah, really good for them. Zone control, they shoot a body on the break and then make the most of it, take ground, and just a real solid point for Aftermath to get a little bit closer. 5:28 to go, gonna be a 1-point match. As soon as Thomas goes in and hits that buzzer.
I liked his line too. He went up the gut and out. I haven't seen a lot of guys doing that, but it's a good run. A lot of guys were doing it in practice, but when we got to the event, everyone's going outside.
Yeah. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Yeah, the intensity level in Dynasty and X Factor's pits are equal, but they're very different energies in each pit. Dynasty is a lot more communicative. There's a lot of voices, a lot of talking, breaking down each play and everything they studied about X Factor last night. X Factor is more of a silent intensity. Each of the individual players thinking to themselves about what they did on the field, where their lanes were, what they could have done better. So the energies are equally intense, but they just have very different strategies as teams before going onto the field for each point.
Well, everyone gets up in their own way and gets focused in their own way, Rich, as we would always know. And some
I used
guys,
to have to slap Matt in the face.
That's actually true. But I didn't need you to do that to me. I feel like that was something you kind of were into, so I let you do that. And then
What are you talking about?
No, you were like, yeah, I need you to smack me, and then you'd run, and I'd smack Catfish, and then I'd smack you back. Now, that was a thing. I don't know why we did that, but
it was because of you, dummy.
no, it was because of Shane.
No, you're like, I need a hot one. I'm like, ugh.
Okay.
All right, man.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Jesus.
But everyone gets up in their own way. Some people
Yeah,
are
yeah.
silent
Hey,
killers, and some
I don't
people
care.
jump up and scream.
As long as it works. We're seeing the same match here again. Rainey going up the middle to try to block out Tyler. Blake going up the middle to try to block out Jesse Stevens. These two teams know how to win this field. You have to push that 50 Dorito. You have to keep someone in the center field and lock that guy down. You have to slow play this snake. These two teams are playing this field, to me, exactly the way this field should be played. Now it just comes down to the best players in the world either being able to execute and win the one-on-one battles that they're engaged in or not.
Dynasty with this 1-point lead. See if they can hold on. 4
A lot of
minutes.
time.
Yeah, a lot of time left here. This is a big point for Dynasty, or for both, but a big point right now for X Factor. They don't want to get knocked out in the wild card round.
It is a big point, but man, Matty, every point out here is going to come down to the same thing, Matt. Who wins the Dorito battle? Who wins? Other than if you lose 2 guys in the break.
Yeah,
Who's gonna,
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, if you win the breakout, if you lose the breakout, that's one thing. But if you don't win or lose the breakout, it's going to come down to this battle. Who's going to win the battle in the middle? Well, Rainey just beat Blake in the middle, and Jesse Stevens just beat Tyler. 1-on-1, heads up. Ryan just got shot. X Factor's going to win this point.
Yeah, and like we talked about at the outset of the show, the center, and we talked about this yesterday, the center is becoming hyper important. It's incredibly important to have a threat up there that is playing creative and willing to push forward. So, and you know, Blake was definitely that guy for Dynasty yesterday to help get him here. But today, in this specific matchup, the past couple points, it has been Rainey pushing the issue up there.
Proactive, right?
Proactive. Now, he traded out on the first one, but this time he goes through and gets multiple bodies. They also lose Tyler on the Chaos. And
well, because Jesse Stevens makes the move on his move,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Play off that, right?
Exactly,
So
Jesse, it was perfect.
That was a well-executed.
We're seeing very high-level paintball
here.
here.
Well-executed aggression from Jesse Stevens and Rainey Stanton.
And that's what we're going to have to see, Matt. Whoever can figure out that little puzzle between the center 50 and the Dorito 50 is going to win this, or have the best chance at winning this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's blatantly apparent. And occasionally, we haven't seen it yet, but today, but still a point from the snake side.
Yeah, occasionally.
Have we?
Nope.
I don't think we've seen a point stolen from the snake side, though. I say stolen
Not
because of how important that center and D side is. You're just probably not going to see a guy get in here, go all the way down and shoot everyone and win it single-handedly from the snake.
Unless no one knows he's there.
But it happened during the prelims a few times, but emphasis on few.
Ooh, Frank gets cock on center field, takes one right in the grill. 4-on-5 advantage here for Aftermath. Oh no, Aftermath loses the first attack on Dorito side. 4-on-4, Joe Barrett releases to the center of the field. I like Joe getting up there. Needs to learn how to load with his gun up though. Jesus, Joe. Another Aftermath player filling to the center. Aftermath really putting a lot of emphasis on the center of the field now. Joe Barrett looking to wrap and go forward, it looks like. And again here with Aftermath, you know, they had that last point was a good fast point for them, but they've lost their attacker over there. They can't afford to go out and play defense, Matty. There's a lot of time, 4.5 left, but there's not a lot of time if you're not playing offensively. If you're just playing D-ball, as I say, that Joe Barrett goes right to their side of the field, looks for that shot across, and that's what Aftermath needs for Joe Barrett. He needs for that center position.
Well, running referee checking out one of the players here for Revo. That sense in the back spot. Looks like he's clean, but pushing the issue here. Aftermath trying to tie this one up.
Joe Barrett,
4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go.
Joe Barrett thinks he got that kill. Oh, we just talked about this. Brustleback sneaks into the snake, Matty. Nobody knows he's there.
And they lose Derula. Revo now playing on their heels, and they're going to get, this is going to be a nice point here for Aftermath.
Three-point here for Aftermath.
So Aftermath did lose one in the center, but
Brustleback's down there, snake though.
Yeah, and the damage is done. So nice job by Hallberg on the D side. Nice job by Brustleback over here to take some ground and be a thorn. But ultimately, it did just come down mostly to gunfights.
Yeah, and
no
I think
giant moves.
Yeah, even 4-on-4, but Joe Barrett took the initiative, went through the middle.
Yeah. But just look how good Aftermath.
With just a tiny bit of offense.
Yeah, just a tiny bit of offense. So it looks like Lauren might have something for us about Aftermath.
Yeah, that's exactly what Aftermath wanted from those last 2 points. When they were down 2 points against Revo, they said they couldn't sit on their heels. They needed to play on their toes and take those aggressive bunkers on the field. They know they need to play smart and together, not make aggressive moves down the field that could get a kill for Revo, but they do want to be the aggressor. Now that it's tied, we'll see if they switch up the play a bit.
Well, tied up in all of these, both of these wild card matchups right now.
Both of these matches are amazing.
Yeah, so 3:14 to go. Left in this one here. Is it going to be Dynasty? Is it going to be San Antonio X Factor here in this World Cup rematch? But now we have it in all the way down on the wild card round.
Race to the corner. Who gets out there? Oh, Billy Bonacci takes the snake corner. And he gets shot.
Dynasty doesn't risk it. It looks like Marcelo was at. It's either Marcelo or Urena that got that shot in on Bernaccia. That is a huge kill again. I mean, one of the reasons that Dynasty was able to do so well, even with Rainey playing phenomenal against them, was they shot Billy Bernaccia out a ton off the break in that match.
Jesse Stevens taking the early walk for X Factor. 5-on-3 advantage here for Dynasty.
Wow.
Oh, fast concession.
Well, Ryan Brand, quickest in the business on that. We haven't talked about it yet this weekend because he hasn't had to do it because they've been playing so well for the most part. But
and just so you know, 3 or 4 seasons ago when we were doing this, I was on the other side. I think I was on the Shaner side of that, but I'm coming Ryan Brand. I just thought to myself when I saw Jesse step up, I was like, concede, concede, concede.
Well, that was I mean, absolutely. We just talked about how little time was left on the clock, and he lets that play out for a little bit. That just is going to be more chances for Dynasty to win. And I've discussed this with Ryan. I've had him talk about it before on our show, and he said, look, man, the way I look at it is that I think 5-on-5, I'm going to beat your team. And I believe in my guys, but as soon as I feel, especially if we're getting slightly low on time, I feel that there's a higher percentage chance that we're going to go out and tie it up, even down that point. And yeah, that's risky when it's back to 5-on-5 than having my guys try to win a 2-on-4,
or 3-on-5.
Or 3-on-5 with
in bad position.
In bad position with 3 minutes left.
Russell
That's
back running
a
and
way
shooting.
lower percentage play, and I'm like, yeah, I can't argue with that.
100%. Russell back running and shooting, get to the corner, get shot, Maddie.
Yeah, they take some ground though on a delay on that D side here, so Aftermath definitely has some threats on that side, and also taking the center.
3:22 left, tie game here. One body advantage for Aftermath. For Revo, and they also have the snake corner. 2 players in the attack position over there on this Dorito side as well for Baltimore Revo. Aftermath 2 in the back, 1 in the Dorito 3, 1 in the Dorito side wing. He's looking snake side. Baltimore Revo's got 1 in the Dorito wing, looking Dorito side, 1 in the Dorito 3, 1 in the snake can, and 1 in the snake corner. Looks like
Roll is going to be coming off, so good zone control here for Aftermath, and that is the benefit of having those bodies up so close.
Yep.
It forces the hand of your opponents. He has to try to make a big move, and ended up getting clipped out. So looking really good for Aftermath right now. 2:34 to go, and
Joe Barrett digs out to the corner.
You know, and Aftermath comes out, plays that first point great, and then drops a bunch to Revo, but then changes their game plan up again in their mentality, and they're starting to play push forward, and it's working out for them.
Yep.
Tense moments here for Revo. Henry Sense there on your screen in the back spot, and I believe that is Frank. Frank's going to move up. Frank's going to get into the insert bunker here on the snake side. They also have a spot in the back corner bunker. I believe that is Zaleski, so still 3 bodies left alive, and then Henry Sense is going to D2, but looks like their coach is going to just leave it up to this moment right here as they have bodies making moves forward with 2 minutes to go. And, well, it's tied 3-3, so no one's going to concede a point. But I mean, Aftermath's been looking good on the D side this entire point. So this should be interesting next minute and 43 seconds here, Rich.
Yeah, for sure. Is there a 4th Aftermath player? I see the guy in the Dorito 3 mat. I see the Dorito wing, and I see the Dorito corner. Is there a 4th Aftermath guy I'm missing, or is it 3-on-3?
Did you count back corner bunker on the snake side?
I did.
Okay.
Joe Barrett. Attacker now, Dorito 4 over there.
They're passed the 50-yard line now on the D side, and Aftermath starting to push the issue. Let's see if he can get a kill here.
Oh, he got caught.
He gets caught though.
3-on-3 now.
And it's Thomas Kim. I mean,
but he's got a guy right behind him to fill that position. The guy behind him, the second Thomas got shot, the guy behind him should have immediately taken that position. You've got a minute left. You want to win this game. You can't sit back. Oh, and he takes the walk. Wow. Is that Hallberg?
Yeah. So Hallberg and Kim. Kim dies trying to push past the 50. Looks like Henry Sense gets clipped though.
2-on-2.
So yeah, 2-on-2 situation. 53 seconds left.
Overtime.
That kill on Henry Sense might have saved this point for Aftermath.
I think it did for sure. Unless this guy, the big guy, can go through on Aftermath.
No, he got destroyed.
Oh, Joe Barrett's got to be careful. It's a 2-on-1 if he gets shot here. Oh, it's a 3-on-1. Baltimore's going to have time to win this point, Matt. Oh, man, Aftermath should have played that a little tighter.
Yeah, it was 3-on-1. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Henry Sense walking off. That was a look at. This is the learning curve for Aftermath.
Yeah,
so we want aggression, but that doesn't mean run into guns. So I love the fact that those guys were trying to roll dice and go win this point and win the game. So I'm not going to be screaming at them, but at the same time, those were just multiple mistakes across the field in an offensive situation, and that was that bend don't break moment for Revo because of the position, and they just made the shots.
Yep, poor execution there for Aftermath. To me, when Thomas Kim is going through and is on their side of the hot side of the field, I don't want Hallberg in the Dorito behind him. I want him in the 50 behind him. So if we lose him, he's right there to drop the next dude and go forward. X Factor Dynasty with a 1-point advantage. 3 minutes is plenty of time though for a couple points. Billy Bonacci is going to come this way. He's not going corner though. He's going to go snake insert. He's got Archie behind him, Brady behind him. Archie fills out. Blake Yarbrough filling up the center of the field. Tyler Harmon gets shotgun to Dorito 1. 1 body advantage for X Factor, although Billy's getting checked.
Yeah, huge kill for San Antonio X Factor as they're down 1. And this is why Ryan blows the horn. He wants to get back to that 5-on-5. Maybe they get a good break, and then they can go from there. And now they're playing 5-on-4, which is what we're seeing. And Archie's going to launch up to the center and try to get into position. Doesn't have to recklessly attack quite yet. Got some time to work with. And he's probing. He's definitely working in there, multiple angles. Archie's all over the place looking for it. And he's going to do a little tactical retreat, see if they can pick him up. Blake Yarbrough looks like he wants to attack that center.
Yeah, I think that timing was perfect there for Archie because 1 second later, Blake would have shot him in the head on that retreat. Blake had just come across the gap. Blake really trying to put pressure across on Jesse Stevens, trying to tell Jesse, hey, you cannot go forward, Jesse. Don't even try. Because if Jesse gets to that next Dorito or the 50 Dorito over there, he's going to put a lot of pressure on the Dynasty players. A little under 2 minutes left, Maddie. 1 point game still. Billy Minaj is going to look to get in that snake. He's up on his feet, trying to wrap and put in. Looks like Marcelo there. Or Mike Urine in the can.
Yeah, Dynasty, everyone is out of their spots right now, rolling their guns, but playing tight at the same time, and that's just ideal. Need to throw a lot of pressure down towards X Factor's side and keep them just tucked into their spots and thinking twice about moving forward. But little TJ move from TJ Danner out wide. Archie's still alive after that tactical retreat, but we are coming up to the moment where X Factor has to start making attempts to move forward and push into these guns.
There goes Billy Bernacci, gets right in the snake. They do know that he's in there. Here comes Archie. Archie's going through, looking to get Blake. He gets him.
He gets Blake and he stays alive.
No, he gets caught.
Oh, he did get caught. So, but Billy's still alive here in the snake.
3 on
down
4.
to a minute.
3 on 4.
X Factor needs to continue to push forward on that D side. And there they go with Jesse. Jesse to the 50-yard line with Billy also at the 50-yard line. So Dynasty's trying to hang on here. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. They're not in position to hide really well from where these guys are.
They're the trash cans for sure.
Yeah, this is when we start calling them trash cans when they get. Sure enough, you just can't hide in those spots when the opponents have the 50-yard line.
That's stupid. They should have been out of there way earlier. So it's going to be a tie game. And I think we're going to go overtime. I mean, there's going to be 30 seconds, so if someone loses 2 or 3 on the break, so be it. I think both teams might just be willing to let it go down.
Yeah, I think that, then that makes sense.
Yeah, so no teams risk losing 2 on the break and losing that overtime point.
So at 8 seconds, they will play that 8 seconds out most likely.
I'm not sure the stats, but it really seems to me that when Tyler Harmon gets shot early on the points, Dynasty has a hard time winning those points.
Well, let me think about it. First of all, he's nasty.
Yep.
One of the best out there, and that's the strongest side on the field. So not only are you losing a body, you're losing Tyler Harmon, and you're losing him from the most important side.
Right, but
so, yeah, they're going to struggle if they lose Tyler.
It seems like on that team, maybe there's a couple other guys that could get over there and fill in behind Tyler and go for it.
Ryan has, even with his injured back, has had some, we're watching some replays as Archie was getting down in there, but didn't end up getting clipped. But the key to this was that eventually, even with guys in Dynasty trying to zone it up, Billy gets into the 50, Jesse gets into the 50 with about a minute left, and as soon as that happens, you just cannot hide in those back center bunkers.
No, that game, yeah. Once they get outside and you're in those cans and they penetrate the tapes, you're done. Revo digging out to the snake corner, gets out there alive. Aftermath, flying V, 1 to the 50, 1 to their side, another to the 50, another one peeled off.
Aftermath's trying to do it here, 24 seconds left, trying to tie it up. They're going to be getting a penalty though, so that might be the coffin nail here.
They're trying to find a player to pull. There's one guy left in the snake, I don't know if they know. And they're pulling him out now, too bad Aftermath. Yeah, it's tough, man, obviously, when you're doing the flying V and you're trying to make a point like that. But good run for Aftermath this weekend, big improvement for that team. Looking better than they've looked before.
A big step in the right direction for the Aftermath camp. And yeah, Revo was just better than them here today, but signs of life from Aftermath. Lots of fight in them, and it was cool to see them struggle with offense yesterday and come out and have a lot of offense, enough to make it as close as it was, not enough to win, but still, those are guys that are all going to be very frustrated with the fact that they got knocked out here in the wild card round. But still, considering that Mike just put this team together, not a bad look overall. No, certainly a step forward for their program, man. And they know it's working for them, and they know it's not working for them. So they can either go back and practice more of what they're already good at, or they can say, hey, listen, maybe we need to work on the stuff that we're not good at. So when the event comes around and we get in a position where we need to play aggressively, we've been practicing at that, we can execute that well. Yeah. I had that talk with Joe Barrett like 2 years ago, and then a year ago, and then 6 months ago, and then I texted him yesterday too, but he just refuses to listen. Again, it's because you're so gruff. Maybe if you put a smile on your face every now and then, just throwing it out there. All right, so jump. So yeah, there's that 8-second point. Yeah, burning off that 8-second point. The first time I told him I was happy. Now when I tell him I'm just grumpy now. So it does look like Lauren has an update for us. She better.
Thanks. Tyler Harmon is in the Dynasty pit, being the hype man as usual. This weekend, he's been telling everyone he wants to see the hunger in their eyes. He says it matters. It makes a difference on the field, off the field. He makes everyone give him a good snarl.
Yeah, Tyler Harmon is the emotional heart of that team. He is always, we talked about how different guys need different things in order to get in the headspace they need to be the most ferocious person out there and player on the field.
Yep.
And Tyler is always jumping up, super intense, very, very loud. He has a huge booming voice, and it's just great to see. Yeah, so.
I've never seen that guy not happy, man. I've never seen that guy have a bad day. So whatever his parents did, they did a great job raising that kid because he's living an amazing life, and it's just a pleasure being around him, man.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if I mentioned this, but he's from Modesto.
No, you have not mentioned that yet here.
Modesto strong. Modesto strong.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard Modesto strong yet. So I'm glad you were able to get that in.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. So who do you got in this one though? Dynasty X Factor here heading into overtime.
I'm gonna go for the boys in blue.
Okay. Yeah. If Tyler can stay alive on the D side, if Tyler can stay alive on that D side, then yes, they have a much better chance.
Just so you know, both teams are wearing blue. I just want to cover my bets.
So you're saying the boys in blue are your dark horse?
My new dark horse is one of the boys in blue.
X Factor or Dynasty?
Is whichever the boys in blues wins out of this match.
Hell of a dark horse pick there, Rich.
I don't think you understand the intricacies of the dark horse. It's a very
apparently I don't.
Multiple layers. There's a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm. It's very complex.
Yeah.
It's like the quantum physics of paintball. Rich
It is the quantum physics. And like they say, if you think you understand quantum physics, you don't understand quantum physics.
They do say that about quantum physics. So here we go, about to jump into this overtime period, 5 minutes on the clock. Is it going to be Dynasty or is it going to be San Antonio X Factor here to rematch from our World Cup final battle?
Five alive.
Dynasty prevailed. So.
5 alive, both teams exactly mirrored up. Both coaches saw the exact same thing. Everyone's in the exact same spot. Billy and Mikey are fighting heads up over here. Blake and Alex are in the back center. Rainey releases first for X Factor, gets up to the center tower.
And look at this game plan. This is going to be the game plan you're going to continue to see as we move forward on Sunday as things get tight.
I believe
this is the safest one.
I believe they call it the pocket.
Yeah, no risk out wide, but who's going to be able to make it up the field first? So it looks like first to go up the center is going to be Blake Yarber. Rainey's still alive and in position to try to mirror that move, but he is so far right now at the tower and just shooting towards that D side, trying to keep Tyler on his foot. Wow.
Eggs gets caught. Wow.
No, that is Marcelo.
Oh, Marcelo. Wow.
So we just haven't seen Marcelo come off and make many mistakes. So he dies early here in this overtime period, so it's going to be, but he's had a great tournament, so it's up to the rest of these boys to pick him up.
Yep.
Because he was picking them up.
Exactly. That's team paintball, man. Billy Bernacchi is just in that can, just playing defensively over here, not looking to get in the snake unless no one's trying to stop him. As soon as no one's trying to stop him from getting in that snake, he's going to go to the snake insert.
Well, the fact that Marcelo's gun's off the field is absolutely going to help X Factor be able to move up. And Rainey is going to be able to move up into the center.
Yeah, let's see if Blake can go through and get Rainey like Rainey went through and got Blake last time, or if Blake's going to sit up there and wait for Rainey to come get him again. But I think Blake knows he's up there. He's looking for him. Rainey's probing as well. Great shot of the center there. There goes Rainey.
Rainey's looking for it right now.
And Greenspan's set up inside in that D1 to try to catch Rainey coming around. He sees him, he calls him.
And Rainey puts in Greenspan and makes the move across. It looks like he's going to be able to clip the pack of Blake.
Wow, great move. We called it.
We'll keep talking about this. This is who's playing proactive. And I mean, Rainey eventually did that, so they were able to get a shot in on him. He traded his body, but what happens off of that? Well, Archie Montemayor gets into a better field position from that chaos. So yeah, it was a 1-to-1 trade.
Tyler Harmon.
But Tyler Harmon is going to try to stop the bleeding over there on the D side, and Billy Bernacchi gets into this thing for San Antonio X Factor, and he's untouched. He's feeling no pressure, so Billy's going to go pretty close. Yeah, he's going to go into snake 3. Tense moments here in this overtime period. 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. Somebody on Dynasty needs to make a shot here if they want to stay in this point and stay in this tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. Oh, Billy's got to stay alive here. Mikey checks off, looks inside, gives Billy the advantage over here. He's dominating on the outside now. It's going to be hard for Mikey to come out and get a gun back up on Billy.
Billy does not have a shot on Ryan Greenspan in D2 from this position when he wraps around because it's blocked out from the tower. He has to actually back up a little bit or go forward. So he's going to choose to go forward. Does he catch Ryan? No, he actually gets clipped. That is a huge kill for San Diego Dynasty. Did Urena stay alive? But Archie plays off of that again. Archie's doing a really good job of playing off of his teammates' moves, and he's trying to clip out Greenspan. They do shoot Urena.
Oh,
it's coming down just to Ryan Greenspan and Tyler Harmon. And unfortunately for San Diego Dynasty, their tournament is going to be ending here because of some awesome play from Rainey Stanzik, Billy Bernacchi, Archie Montemayor there hitting that buzzer. Great job. Also alive over there on the D side was Jesse Stevens. So it came down to Greenspan and Tyler Harmon, Rich, and because Marcelo had that early death, and then Urena got stuck in that can. Blake ended up getting a shot with the big move from Rainey up in the center, but most importantly, Archie playing off of those moves. So he plays off the move from Rainey to take some ground, and then he plays off the move from Billy to close out the point.
Yeah, really good play there from Rainey. Went up and had 2 or 3 key points there in the center of the field, either catching Tyler early or going through and getting Blake. And to me, that's probably what helped X Factor win that match right there. Just in a one-on-one battle there, Rainey was more proactive in the middle there than Blake was.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And we've been talking about that. The team that wins this tournament is going to win games here on Sunday is the team that's going to have the guy playing on their toes, playing creatively, being proactive, and pushing the issue. And sure enough, that was definitely the case here. So a little redemption for San Antonio X Factor as they knock out San Diego Dynasty here in the wild card round. They will move on and play Impact next in the quarterfinals. Revo takes down Aftermath. They move on to play Tampa Bay Damage. But before we get into those games, it's going to be Infamous taking on Diesel and Thunder going 4-0, and they will be taking on the Russians, who are also 4-0. So we'll see you here. More action coming at you from the 2020 NXL Sunshine State Major. I'm Matty Marshall here on GoSports.com.
A new year brings a renewed battle to the ranks of professional paintball. The first major tournament of the NXL season is here. 20 pro teams will fight through 3 days of competition to determine who will raise the first trophy and take the lead during the season-long run to the coveted NXL Series championship. The 2 iconic teams, both from Southern California, took the only 2 events last year with drastically different stories during the COVID-shortened season. The San Diego Dynasty and the Los Angeles Ironmen will have their hands full trying to repeat this year, as the field is stacked with veteran all-star squads who are intent on taking back the top spot. Impact, the Russians, X Factor, Damage, Infamous, and Heat all know how to win. Revo and AC Diesel also have potent rosters looking to make a run on Sunday. And no one should sleep on the hungry up-and-coming teams also fighting fiercely to move up the ranks. Don't miss all the gunfights going down at the 2021 NXL Sunshine State Major, April 30th to May 2nd, only on GoSports.com. The Russian Legion has been feared and respected at the highest level of the game for over 15 years. They truly are one of the best teams ever to play the game of paintball. The most recent incarnation of the Russians has been stellar the past few seasons, always in the hunt on Sunday with their full field push. Their roster is elite with threats in every position, and they are never out of a game as long as there is time left on the clock. They pride themselves on their fearless attack, their aggressive mentality, and their stoic nature in pressure situations. Since 2017, they have been in the final 6